go. Kitley and Michaela Timpson will tip things off. Good crowd on hand, including a good contingency of Virginia Tech fans. Maria Gordon doing a good job of running this offense. Bejedi's been on fire from three lately, and she keeps it up.
Back-to-back games with career highs from the three-point line, making 5 in each of those, and she is staying hot.
At 23, a new career high, or a new season high, I should say, against North Carolina in her last game. Number 5, Georgia A. Moore, over to her good buddy Kitley, who is usually money from that spot. And a nice rebound taken down by Timpson. And you see the starting 5 for Florida State. Third straight game that Brianna Snoop Turnage is in the lineup, mostly for her rebounding. Bejedi misses that time from outside.
Well, both of these teams want to play in transition, so pace is not going to be an issue, but you got to get up on Georgia A. Moore. One of the things with Georgia A. Moore is that she has been not as aggressive hunting shots in the first half this season, and Kenny Brooks said she's got to find a mix of both.
Here we go. Tanaya Latson gets her first points of the game. Now 15 points away from 1,000. And remember, she is just a sophomore. A. Moore and Bejedi, a good matchup. Matilda Eck, who is a transfer from Michigan State, has been a key component for the Hokies this year, who had to replace a couple of starters. Count it! Bejedi that time going aggressively to the basket. Bejedi, fifth-year guard out of Helsinki, Finland, gets a three-point play.
Well, Virginia Tech is going to move Liz Kitley around. They're going to get her lots of touches in different ways, and Mishaw goes to work on the block.
Mishaw, a Minnesota transfer, playing her first year at Tech, and another foul call. Carla Fountain. And Bejedi has come out very aggressive. 18 points per game in the month of January.
This is something that Florida State needs, getting scoring from multiple positions, and Bejedi is certainly capable. That's a 63%
clip, for three-point shooting. Mishaw.
And I like what Virginia Tech is doing. Right away, they're going at Snoop Turnage on the block and allowing Mishaw to score. But Omaria Gordon, another capable scorer, to the rim.
And Gordon, a 5'4" junior, and head coach Brooke Wyckoff has been talking about the way she's been getting more involved in the offense. Second leading scorer on the team this year behind Latson. Great hustle by Latson to get the rebound. Gordon guarded by Kayla King, one of the veterans on this Virginia Tech team. Latson left open for a split second. Mishaw gets a little unsure with that jumper.
Well, anytime Mishaw catches the ball off the block, out beyond 15-foot range, Turnage is going to play off. She's going to double Bejedi.
Against a Virginia Tech team that is one of the best defensive teams in the ACC. Amore off balance. Some subs will be coming in at the next whistle. Timpson working against Kitley and is able to roll it in. Timpson, her numbers are better in ACC games than overall. That's a terrific look. Kitley's a good passer too.
She's a great passer and really good execution. You know, Kenny Brooks is so good at reading defenses and finding ways to put his team in position to be successful.
Amore got it taken away by Timpson. They don't have numbers, but Bejedi finally pulls it back out. Bejedi and Gordon, both good ball handlers. Monster screen by Timpson.
Well, this has been Sara Bejedi taking her game to another level in conference play. That dive is going to be there all day long. You've got to guard Georgia and go into the zone. Been throwing some zone in there off and on throughout the season, trying to find some way to slow the Seminoles down. Could knock down a three-point shot herself.
Kitley gets her.
One of the most important things, whether you're in man or zone with Florida State, is picking up the ball in transition. But you got to pick it up to contain. You can't get beat.
Bejedi threw up the three and drew the. She's their best free throw shooter at 86% on the season. Reese and LSU take on Auburn. And then cap it off with Tennessee and Texas A&M. They lost to Colorado. Colorado's got a big one coming up, top of the hour.
Absolutely do. Taking on Stanford at home.
In style.
How about basketball in LA right now? Sold out the earlier matchup as well.
Kitley, that's one of her spots. Got hit on the arms.
Mid-range pull-ups.
She's definitely an atypical post.
Not a banger. She's somebody that can get quick moves and quick touches, has great touch around the rim, but also can face up and knock down shots.
Kitley now has 4, and now some pressure after the made free throws. Watson into Timpson, good teamwork. Bejedi doing most of the damage with 14 points, so they didn't get it into Kitley.
And the skip was open. That heavy help is coming from that backside corner.
Kitley, a little bit of room, that's all she needed.
It is.
Watson guarded by Wenzel. Got to make something happen, puts it up over Amore. And that is the end. And Sara Bejedi on a nice tear of her own. Pam Ward and Stephanie White joining you after 1 quarter of play in this top 25 matchup. Virginia Tech 4-0 in the ACC. They have never started 5-0.
Mismatch, got to go at it, yep.
And they tried to get it in, but that's a good recovery by Gordon, the smallest player on the floor.
It is, and that's one of those situations, and that's a young player in Carly Wenzel.
Kitley right back to Georgia. And then a wide open look for Eck in the corner.
We saw this team earlier in the year against Arkansas, and right now they're a much more poised, disciplined team on the offensive end. And it has been a challenge for the Seminoles to find KK Timpson in the half court. Oftentimes early in the season, Brooke Wyckoff having to draw plays up after timeout.
She has hit the last couple from long distance to cut the lead down to 4. Florida State has led by as many as a dozen. Kenny Brooks, such a good relationship. Watched a lot of film together. Now Kitley, little fadeaway. Slices it to only a 2-point advantage. Timpson drew the double. There's a chancy pass in the middle, but Timpson not only caught it, but scored. You see a lot of the new players out there for Virginia Tech. Eck hasn't missed.
It's what makes game planning for Liz Kitley so difficult. When you surround her by 3-point shooters, as soon as you read the help.
Eck, 3-point specialist, drives, misses, but the putback is put home.
Well, the Hokies doing a good job of forcing them to play in the half court, not allowing them to get into transition.
94% of her shots attempted this year have been threes. She's now hit a 3 in 15 straight games. Inside, Kitley back in the game, and a nice finish for the freshman Strack. Strack, who was from Buffalo. Still leading, pardon
and again,
me.
they've had to play in the half court. So the challenge.
15 games of the season. Transfer from UC Santa Barbara. Kitley, money.
And Liz Kitley will always make you pay.
And we are tied up. Virginia Tech has not led in this game. Gordon with the answer.
Big time shot by Omaria Gordon. Stepping up and knocking it down, but the slight ball movement against the zone gives you an opportunity to get that look.
Strack might have gotten away with a step or two. Kitley turned around and had room.
You work that high-low together. I think you're going to see that lineup a little bit more often from Kenny Brooks.
Now, he had mentioned to us before the game.
Just set an on-ball screen right there. I think you just post up Omaria Gordon if you're Samuel.
Kayla King has been silent so far offensively. That was loud.
It was interesting. Kenny Brooks talking to us about his big 3 with Amore and Kitley and King, and last year they could just be the best version of themselves, and this year really having to figure out how to get everybody else involved, and those 3 have been tremendous leaders. You know, there's a lot of adjustments. They really are the only returners on this team, and this is a Virginia Tech ball club that's really starting to find their way.
Kitley, nice footwork. Asia Gregg was an important component off the bench as well. And Kenny Brooks says, we're not there yet, but we're getting there. Progressing with all of these new pieces.
Her to be as uncomfortable as possible because that's a money shot for her.
She's 5 of 7 in this game from the line. 6 of 8. Baker buries,
and that's just Liz Kitley understanding where the rotation's going to come from, finding her open teammates. Kenny Brooks told us Karis Baker is one of the best three-point shooting players on our team, and they got a lot of great ones.
Both of her parents played basketball, and here we are in the waning seconds of the second quarter. Again, that one was a little bit too much on it, but Kitley was able to get the rebound. Timpson blocked her. Gordon at the buzzer. Couldn't get it to go. And Virginia Tech, who trailed by as many as a dozen in this game, outscored the Seminoles by 14 to take a 6-point lead. Amore only played 12.5 minutes in that first half because she picked up a couple of fouls, and Virginia Tech went on that big run actually with her on the bench. Latson goes down awkwardly, threw the ball towards the bucket, hoping for a foul. None was called. Florida State shot just 30% in the second quarter, as opposed to Virginia Tech 58%, and they hit 5 of their 8 threes. What a difference. Florida State trying to get things going. Their offense got stagnant, working against the zone in the second quarter, and Gordon gets the bucket.
Well, this is where they excel. They excel in transition, and in order to get out in transition, you've got to get turnovers for steals that lead to the break, or you've got to get defensive rebounds that allow you to get out.
Amore to King to Kitley. Fade away, nails it.
Liz Kitley is just so subtle in her fakes. She makes you think that she's going to go baseline, which is not where she wants to go. She wants to come back over that right shoulder, and as soon as you bite, she's able to go to work.
And finds herself some extra room. Gordon again, this time from range.
Seminoles only shooting at 29% from the three-point line in conference play. If they can build consistent three-point shooting onto what they do in transition, they will be so tough to stop. Oh wait, she says, I can go baseline, so now I'm going to set you up to the middle.
Kitley with the bucket. Bejedi, after a very hot start, has cooled off. Only had 1 point in the second quarter. Scores 14 in the first. That ball is tipped. Gordon frustrated that she couldn't catch up to it. Mishaw gets blocked by Timpson, who has a couple of blocks today. Latson, again, transition offense.
This is when the Seminoles are at their best, when they can get out in the open floor and they can go to work. And you see Georgia Amore. She wants to control the pace now. They've gotten out a couple of runs. She wants to make sure she can dictate.
Right back to Kitley, who set the screen for her. Mishaw with some good work, only white jerseys around her. And the Minnesota transfer into double figures. A couple of years for the Gophers. Latson going around. Kitley thought she had a clean defensive play, but instead Liz picks up what will only be her first personal foul. So here's Latson's first free throw attempt of the game. Doubleheader, Tennessee and Florida in Knoxville, and then Kansas goes to Stillwater to take on Oklahoma State. Kitley turned around. She was a little alarmed at how open she was.
Didn't expect that.
Liz Kitley has just gotten herself another 20-point ball game. And to be one of the all-time greats, just to do. If they retire numbers, 33's got to go up.
Absolutely. I mean, look at that.
Turnage's foul put Misha on the line where she delivered.
And Takaya White got into early foul trouble, picked up 2 really quickly. Well, she's a player who can give Liz Kitley a different look.
Turnage did not score in the first half. Bejedi, maybe she can get going again. Length through post players. Amor missed. Bejedi this time attacks the basket and draws another foul. South Galen Center at USC.
We've got a lot of great storylines in women's basketball this year, no doubt about it.
Terrific teams this year.
UCLA, Corey Close is doing an outstanding job with her ball club.
Gives her another chance to run the offense. Why not? Puts up the 3 and missed that one too. Amor just 5 points, 1 of 5 from distance. Bejedi!
They're often driving kicks, catch and shoots. They're not contested or off the bounce, and she's shooting them with confidence.
Kitley able to gather and score underneath. So another 20-point game for Sara Bejedi, who now has 20. He's hit 17 threes in ACC games. Eck get the lead back up to 4. Latson did not see her in the NCAA tournament when Florida State lost. And the knee brace.
And the growth in her game from a year ago where she was primarily just a drive-in scorer. Now she's facilitating. She's starting to read second-level defense. Teams are throwing different looks at her, and she's having to learn how to navigate. She does, and I love Kenny Brooks' comment to us about not taking her greatness for granted. You know, she does.
Liz Kitley decided to come back to use up her final year of eligibility. Amor has another year. Has not commented on whether she will come back. Puts it in left-handed. There goes Georgia. That's the kind of trip you want to make if you can only spend a couple of days. Oh, Latson, that's a good look. 2 in a row to Timpson for Virginia Tech as well, and Amor is not one of them.
She'll get there.
Florida State. And she had missed 3 of her first 4 today. Florida State usually hitting 78% on the season, down at 57% in this game. Latson only goes 1 of 2, so leaving some points at the free throw line. Kitley. Turnage comes up with the rebound. About 11 seconds difference between the clocks. Latson got blocked by Kitley. Ball on the floor. Timpson came away with it and then scored over Liz.
What a heads-up play by Tanaya Latson to stay poised and under control when the ball came back to her and get it to KK Timpson.
Amor lost the ball momentarily, put it up, and we have a 1-point ball game after 3 quarters of play in Tallahassee. What a finish we have coming up. Virginia Tech went the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds of the 3rd quarter without a point, which allowed Virginia Tech to get that lead down to 1, and Sara Bejedi keeps on going.
The pace that she came off of the staggered screen with, and the confidence when she's 1-2ing, that's her footwork, 1-2, stepping into the 3.
Nothing doing for Amor, and a foul on Virginia Tech. Sara Bejedi with 27 points. That is a new career high.
Well, she knew she was going to be open. There was no hesitation. She 1-2 footwork, which is exactly what Brooke Wyckoff was talking about, right into her shot and let it fly. She has been playing inspired basketball, really leading this Florida State Seminole team.
Yep, Coach Wyckoff talking about her taking the right types of shots in the right situations, and boy, has she done that today. And another bucket for Timpson.
And I've been really impressed throughout conference play with the way that the Seminoles have gotten KK Timpson more involved offensively. They're going to continue to need her production for a deep run into the NCAA tournament, and it's happening naturally.
4-point advantage. Amor. Nope. Bejedi drew an offensive foul. And the young lady from Finland is fired up.
Creating that contact.
And what a run for Sara Bejedi now in her last 3 games. And a new career high in scoring today. Latson has been quiet scoring-wise, but has been so unselfish.
And I think that's the growth of Tanaya Latson. It's not going for her scoring the basketball, so she's doing a great job of facilitating.
Georgia Amor, just 7 points, 3 of 11 from the floor. Kitley has it rattle out. Gordon knocks down her own 3. Boy, the backcourt of Gordon and Bejedi have been magnificent.
And when they're shooting the ball at this efficiency from the three-point line, it makes them so much more dangerous because every one of them can put it on the deck and get to the rim.
Well, both of these teams very good at hitting three-pointers. Finally, Florida State led by a dozen early on. Latson blocked by Kitley. That's her second rejection of the game.
And that's one of those where Latson can go to the other side, start continuing to learn how are rotations coming to me, how can I continue to be effective.
Good advantage. Kitley working on Timpson. There's the fadeaway make.
And you certainly have to expect, if you're Florida State, you have to expect Georgia Amor and Liz Kitley to try to take over in this fourth quarter.
Kitley now with 26. 27 for Bejedi to lead Florida State. There's the left-handed finish.
So good by Tanaya Latson. I've been so impressed with her poise and patience.
Eck fouled on her attempt. Michigan State transfer heads to the line. Will be at Duke. Check it out, the doubleheader. And they set up their offense. Bejedi, why not?
Was she in the logo?
Liz Kitley goes to work out of the timeout, but they need to get some stops. They certainly haven't been able to stop Sara Bejedi. She has hit 31 points 3 times, including in their last game against Miami. Amor thought about the 3, instead put it up with the flip. 4 straight points, trims the lead down. Latson gets fouled, but so far just 2 of 6. Tried to unjinx her,
yeah.
but that didn't work. She got 1 out of 2. Florida State just 56% as a team from the line. Amor backed it up, knocked it down. Timpson working on Kitley, 2 of the best in the league. Kitley picks up the miss. Amor driving on Bejedi. Three minutes to go. Amor for the tie. Off the rim. The defense underneath by Wenzel, the freshman. And now Amor. Bumped by Gordon, but nothing called. And a timeout taken by Kenny Brooks. Kayla King, great pass, great screen by Amor. The finish by Kitley. But let's see what they do here down 3. Shot clock into single digits now for Amor. Timpson knocked it off of Amor, who begs to differ.
Well, this is the defensive versatility that Snoop Turnage gives you. She's able to switch on all the on-ball screens and creates the turnover.
Big turnover. That's 2 empty trips for Virginia Tech as they came down the floor trailing by 3. Big possession. Timpson, a little bit too strong. Another rebound for Kitley. Wenzel way too much behind that shot.
Missed opportunity in transition. I think Wenzel thought she was going to get some contact.
Timpson, a little bit of a screen. Bejedi challenges Kitley. Another empty trip for Florida State. Both teams have now gone over 2 minutes without scoring a field goal. Kitley. Off the rim. Rebound. Snoop Turnage. Tech needing another stop as we hit 1 minute to go in the 4th. Latson, head down, puts it up, whistle. Well below her season average. There she goes. Very impressed with her 8 assists today. Shot not falling. Still has 13 points, just 4 of 11 from the floor, struggling at the line, but helping her team in other ways and getting 2 big free throws. Amor gets it to Kitley, got it right back to her, and an offensive foul called.
Try to play the possession out and then use timeouts strategically.
Not fouling right away. Latson blew right by King.
Understanding the moment.
Yep. Saw the clear path. Took it. Kitley got fouled and was able to get the bucket home. Goes with another double-double today, her 12th of the season. Can't get it.
And no timeouts, it got fouled. And even that the overtime loss at NC State, positioning yourself to learn how to win these types of ball games.
And Tanaya Latson has just scored her 1,000th and 1,001 career points, doing that in just her 2nd year on campus. Set a freshman scoring record last year. So here comes Amor. Time running out on Tech. Kitley put it on the deck and then got blocked by Timpson. Michaela Timpson has likely just sewn this game up, and what a win at home for the Noles.
What a play by KK Timpson. Looks like she's out of position, gets back and recovers.
Georgia Amor heads to the bench. And now Bejedi at the line. Kayla King, she's had tough going today. Drew a foul that time with just under 23 seconds left to go. Looking to get back-to-back wins against ranked teams. Took out North Carolina on Thursday. Their next game is at Syracuse. Can get them both.
Right now, time and score, execution, most important thing, get the ball in bounds. Expect them to come with the fouling.
And they put Kitley on the inbound. That's 6-6. There's a foul. Not not just to score. That's scary.
The growth, the maturity, the understanding of the moment, not pressing when things weren't going well early, but understanding when to control the ball game late in this fourth quarter.
Virginia Tech had won the last 2 games in this series. And at Florida State, a terrific team effort led by a career-high 31 points by Sara Bejedi, and they take down the Hokies 89-81.